Welcome to the channel. Get ready for the biggest stories dominating the sports world right now. We start with the incredible momentum building in Atlanta. Sports Business Journal has named Atlanta the #1 city for sports business, recognizing its unmatched collaboration between sports properties and the corporate community. This recognition comes right after the Arthur M. Blank U.S. Soccer National Training Center opened, cementing Atlanta's status as a premier destination for major sporting events. From the East Division showdowns involving the Atlanta team and the New York team, to the intense competition in the West Division featuring the Athletics and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Don't miss a second of this action. Stay tuned for more updates. Atlanta has been officially named the #1 city in the U.S. for sports business by Sports Business Journal in its annual ranking. The assessment, which analyzed business opportunity, economic conditions, and sentiment from nearly 120 sports industry executives, highlighted Atlanta's defining strength: a deep culture of long-term collaboration between its sports properties and the corporate community. This recognition arrives at a pivotal time for Atlanta's sports landscape. The city has seen significant infrastructure investment, exemplified by the recent opening of the Arthur M. Blank U.S. Soccer National Training Center in Fayetteville on May 7th. This 200-acre campus, funded by a $50 million lead gift from Arthur M. Blank, represents the largest single investment in American soccer infrastructure, underscoring the decade-long growth of the city's soccer culture. The accolades follow a monumental 2025 season for Atlanta, which successfully hosted the College Football Playoff National Championship, the 2025 MLB All-Star Game, and 6 matches of the FIFA Club World Cup 2025 TM. Looking ahead, Atlanta is set to host 8 matches of the FIFA World Cup 2026 TM at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, including a semifinal on July 15th. This positions Atlanta as one of only 2 U.S. cities, alongside Los Angeles, to have hosted both the Olympic Games and the FIFA World Cup. Dan Corso, president of the Atlanta Sports Council, attributed the ranking to the strong synergy across Atlanta's sports, business, civic, and hospitality sectors. This recognition from Sports Business Journal is really a reflection of the incredible collaboration that exists across Atlanta's sports, business, civic, and hospitality communities, Corso stated, emphasizing the commitment to bringing world-class events to the city. Atlanta boasts one of the nation's deepest and most diverse sports ecosystems, featuring professional teams including the Falcons, NFL, Braves, MLB, Hawks, NBA, Dream WNBA, Atlanta United FC, MLS, Atlanta Vibe, MLV, the Georgia Swarm, NLL, and an upcoming NWSL expansion franchise in 2028. The city's portfolio is further bolstered by its collection of award-winning venues and major corporate anchors, such as the Coca-Cola Company, Delta Airlines, and the Home Depot. Future growth remains strong, with plans to host Super Bowl LXII at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in February 2028 and the NCAA Men's Final Four in 2031. The Atlanta Sports Council continues to lead efforts in event attraction and hosting across all levels of sport. Visit Orlando has officially endorsed the Orlando Dreamers mission to bring Major League Baseball to Central Florida. The endorsement, announced on May 18, 2026, signals strong community backing for the initiative, which aims to establish a professional baseball presence in Orange County. Barry Larkin, a Baseball Hall of Famer and Dreamers MLB ambassador, expressed enthusiasm, stating that the support from Visit Orlando is a significant signal that the Orlando community is ready for Major League Baseball, and called for more community partners to voice their support. This endorsement follows a growing chorus of support from local leadership. Orange County Commissioner Mike Scott reaffirmed his backing. State Representative and City of Orlando mayoral candidate Anna Escamani offered wholehearted support. Orange County Mayor Jerry Deemings publicly supported the effort during a Visit Orlando luncheon. And U.S. Congressman and Florida gubernatorial candidate Byron Donalds tweeted his endorsement of Orlando as the next great MLB city. Jim Schnorf, co-founder and COO of the Orlando City Baseball Dreamers, emphasized the importance of the partnership, noting that Visit Orlando recognizes the initiative as both an economic and a quality-of-life issue for residents. The endorsement arrives as tourism in Orlando continues its rapid ascent. The city has seen increased travel, spurred by developments such as the recent opening of the Epic Universe theme park near the Dreamers' preferred stadium site. The Orlando metro area remains the most visited destination in North America, achieving 12 consecutive months of record-setting revenue from the tourist development tax, and on track to surpass $400 million in collections. Furthermore, Orlando is experiencing significant growth across multiple metrics, ranking first in job growth, population growth, and nominal GDP growth among the 30 most populous regions in the U.S. The city is also rapidly ascending in the media landscape, projected to pass Detroit soon to become the 14 media market, the largest without an MLB team. The Orlando Dreamers previously presented an independent study from 2023, projecting that bringing MLB to the planned stadium site could generate approximately 25,000 permanent jobs and create over $40 billion in economic impact for Orange County over 3 decades, alongside an additional $26 million annually in tourist development taxes. The American League landscape is heating up with a series of competitive matchups across the league. Key takeaways from the latest data show several high-stakes games in the pipeline. In the major city contests, Tampa Bay is currently leading Miami 6-3. Atlanta is holding a tight game against Boston, with Atlanta leading 8-1. Cleveland faces a tough challenge against Cincinnati, with Cleveland leading 10-3. Toronto is in a close contest with Detroit, 4-1. Texas is also battling, holding a 8-0 advantage over Houston. Baltimore is in a strong position, leading Washington 7-3. In the National League, the action is equally intense. The New York Mets are locked in a 10-inning battle against the New York Yankees, with the Mets currently leading 7-6. The Chicago White Sox are also engaged in a tight contest with the Chicago Cubs, leading 9-8. Furthermore, the West Coast features significant matchups. The LA Dodgers are dominating, leading the LA Angels 10-1. San Francisco holds a strong position against the Athletics, 10-1. San Diego is also showing strength, leading Seattle 8-3. Looking ahead to upcoming games, several notable matchups are scheduled. Houston is set to play Minnesota at 7:40 p.m., while the Cleveland and Detroit game is slated for 6:40 p.m. Toronto will face the New York Yankees at 7:05 p.m., and Boston will take on Kansas City at 7:40 p.m. In the mid-afternoon, Baltimore is scheduled to play Tampa Bay at 1:10 p.m., and Houston is set to face Minnesota at 1:40 p.m. Other notable matchups include the Athletics at LA Angels at 9:38 p.m., the Chicago White Sox at Seattle at 9:40 p.m., and Texas at Colorado at 8:40 p.m. An in-depth look at the American League standings and recent game results reveals a competitive landscape across the division. In the East Division, Tampa Bay leads with a .674 winning percentage. closely followed by New York at .604. Toronto trails in the standings, while Baltimore and Boston occupy the bottom spots in terms of win-loss records. The Central Division presents a tight race, with Cleveland holding a winning record, while Chicago and Minnesota are battling for position. Detroit and Kansas City sit near the bottom of the division, facing significant challenges with their respective win percentages. The West Division shows a more fractured picture, with the Athletics and Seattle sharing a similar record, while Texas and Houston face tough matchups. Los Angeles holds a losing record in this division, highlighting challenges for the West contenders. Recent game summaries indicate intense action across the league. Key matchups included the New York Yankees defeating the New York Mets in a recent contest. The Dodgers secured a significant victory against the Angels. Furthermore, the schedule for the upcoming days features several high-profile matchups, including games between the Atlanta Braves and Miami Marlins, and several divisional clashes across the league. The overall picture suggests a league where momentum shifts rapidly, with teams fighting hard for playoff positioning.